Okay, so ma'am, this is Ritesh. I look after the international division of Pratham. And
Yes, we have met earlier. Yes.
so I just have a little detail about the student. I would
Mhm.
like to confirm with you first, and thereafter, ma'am, you can ask your set of questions, whatever you have in your mind.
Mhm.
So Aryan is just moved into class 12 from DPS Bangalore,
Yes.
right, and his 10th marks were 96.5%. He's a commerce with math student.
Yes.
He is most probably interested in business management programs,
Yes.
right? And he's already preparing for IPM in India. And
Yes.
probably you're trying to look at some backup options.
Correct.
Right, right. So this is what I know about Aryan. Rest, whatever questions you have.
Okay. So the last time then when we met, we had just we had a brief introduction on things. So I had in the sense to understand the ideas, what are the different opportunities and options that are there. So you had mainly touched upon UK, US, Canada, Europe,
Mhm.
and told about Singapore and maybe Australia. See, what I had told Jay that when we meet today, I would want at least 5 colleges that he can look at from Europe, from UK, Canada, and US. Okay. And we could, based on that, I want to look at the how the curriculums are and which are the courses that are there, so that then I have a yardstick where I can compare in terms of what in terms of understanding whether it's worthwhile doing that, or is it that, see my question is like this. Either I if I'm doing undergrad in business management abroad, and it needs to be really good. Okay. Or it's always better that what my research has said is, if you do a post graduation for a business management abroad would be better. Okay. And by doing so that's what is my feeling.
Mm.
So you could give us a this, so that I can understand what are the opportunities that they will have.
Mm.
And that if I have that list, so I could go through, understand what is there. And of course I will not be in a position to know what is the requirements and everything. That you are the professional, you will know. And then maybe yes, these are the things that we want to target, and these are the preps. So but this should not come in between his preps with IP mat. That's something we are very very particular about, because that's the first option that he has to have is IIM Indore. If God willing, if Bangalore starts IPM program, maybe there. So that's something that we are looking at. Maybe after Indore also, after 3 years, he may look into go for ABC, look at that, or abroad. So the ties may not get revered so soon. We will look at be with Pratham for both graduation and post graduation. So that's the thing.
Okay, so let me first start by giving you some information regarding undergrad and postgrad. As you already have in your mind, that IPM is going to be the first and the foremost important university for you. So and this situation, even though I look at the international department, but my thorough belief is that if you can get into an IM course, or if you can get into a Delhi University joint admission test or the BMS course, or you can get into St. Xavier's Mumbai, or you can get into NARSI, I think there is no point looking abroad. There's actually no point looking abroad.
Okay.
So if you would like to write it down, let me tell you the 5 IMs.
All the 5 is fine. You say all 5 which is offering IPM.
Absolutely. If there is an addition next year, which
Hmm.
should be Lucknow,
Hmm. Hmm.
that
Hmm.
would be great, because Indore and Lucknow are the top 6 IMs, are in the top.
Correct. Correct.
The rest of the IMs are known as baby IMs.
Correct.
but I am in thorough love with the curriculum of these IIMs.
Correct.
Because they
Of course.
help you to explore, understand, prepare, and become a better competitive individual for this modernistic world of business today. Right?
Exactly.
So that is the entire idea. And you're also in a coveted institution where the finishing touches given to you in a B school would be at the highest level, right? So that is the entire agenda. Look, I have been promoting Indore from 2011 onwards, right from the first batch. I had my 5 students placed at Indore at that batch. One of them joined, rest of the 4 didn't. And this guy who joined later on in 2016, when he passed out, he joined KPMG at a package of 23.5 lakhs starting. And within 2 years, he was one of the DMs there. So he left the job. Then he went into Wharton School of Business. Okay. So that's how his life is going to be. Now, so that is number one. But obviously, we are looking at a country where situations are changing like anything, like seasons every year. So what is happening is that there's a new thing which has come up, which is the CUET. Now that has thrown everybody in a fix. Okay, the Central University Entrance Test.
Correct.
So now Central University Entrance Test means that all the 40 plus central universities will be conducting one single entrance, but Tamil Nadu has stepped out of it.
Correct.
Right? So now the situation is that the BJP ruled states, sorry to say, but I think they will stick, and the non-BJP ruled states might just go out of it. Okay, that's how sad the politics is here in India, but that is how it is. So now with that coming in, the chances for getting into central universities have become more competitive, because if you understand the policy of the admissions there, they will look at percentile in your entrance exam. So now let's say 99 percentile, just like the CAT exam. There will be n number of people at 99.
Correct.
And these people logically would have applied to all the coveted central universities.
Of course.
Blocking the seats for the rest of the people.
Correct.
So most other average performers would not be going to any of these 40 universities. So that is a cause of worry. And that probably will change next year. Obviously, the dynamics will change. But for this year, it remains, that's how it is. I mean, this is how it is, okay? So that means the pressure of getting into other universities than central universities will be higher this year in comparison to the central universities. This is my analogy, okay? I might be wrong, but my belief is that I am more or less 90-95% correct. So that means there will be more people applying to IIM Indore this year. There will be more people applying to NARSI this year. There will be more people applying to the rest of the universities. But a student like him who is already in the top notch in terms of academics, just understand the central universities have rejected your academic part altogether. They're not valuing it at all. Okay, so that's a problem. Now with entrance becoming the most important thing in India, more and more people will get trained. That means competition will rise everywhere. With that in mind, you must have some backups.
Yes, of
And
course.
that is the entire idea that we are meeting.
Correct.
So our backup evaluation criteria is pretty simple. We'll look at the ranking of the university, the content of the course. If you are satisfied, we go, otherwise we do not go. And third most important factor, it should fit our budget. Right? So obviously now the country choice is very different here. My way of thinking is that I will not only go to study, I'll go to study and work for 2 years then.
Correct.
Otherwise, coming back to India would be waste.
True, true.
So looking at that factor, if I'm going for a blatant business management course, which is a non-STEM course,
Correct.
I will not prefer going to US.
Correct.
Because the visa policy will not allow me to stay back there.
Correct.
Okay. So my friend, if you are there, and if Aryan, I can see you that you are quite intently listening to us. So Aryan, if you are not looking at a finance, a quantitative finance, analytical finance, or a data analytics or a business analytics program, you are not going to US. Okay. So if not US, what places can help us? Looking at the current economy, I think Canada and UK are great choices. Why do I say so? Because Canada will still need approximately 1.5 lakh immigrants for the next 5 years. Okay, so our chances are big there. They have great jobs. And with the American policy of hiring the nationals first, there's a good opportunity for Indians and Asians to get good jobs from American brands in Canada itself.
Okay.
And their programs, they offer with co-op. Most of the universities, they offer co-op, which is an internship period. Okay, full-time working. Okay, and you can carry almost 6 months of experience by the time you complete your program. So you're not a fresher any longer. You have networked with your future employers, and the chances are that you'll get a very coveted job. Okay, and you've contributed to your living expense to a huge extent, almost 70 to 80%. Okay, so that kind of a feature is not available in any other country. UK, certain places, they have something called a sandwich program, where in between your program or at the end of the program, you can have an industrial placement provided by the university. Otherwise, they provide you 2-year job search visa. Okay, so you can at least have good amount of time to look forward. Okay. So right next to me, there is a colleague of mine sitting here who's just finished her course from Nottingham University.
Okay.
And when she was doing her course, in fact, she was doing her master's there. So when she was doing her course, the 2-year job search visa was not available. Okay, but her experience of studying there is really motivating. Okay, her understanding of the subject that she studied is great. So academic wise, UK is great. Canada is academic plus experience. Okay, so I think, yeah, sure.
I just want to does here his chacha is a citizen there. Okay, does that help
in which country, ma'am?
UK.
UK. Never use that unless you get your visa.
Okay. Okay.
After that, we'll use it as much as we can.
Okay.
So never give a touch to your visa consulate that you have already someone there.
Okay. Okay.
Unless and until required.
I'm saying in future for does it
what
help?
will happen is, how old are you, Aryan?
16.
16. So by the time you are about to leave India, you will be 17, right?
18. No, he'll turn 17 in May.
In May 2023?
May 2023 will be 18.
Achha.
Yeah.
So if you're 18, you will not need anybody's help for that matter, because there is a consent needed if you're underage. Otherwise, you don't need. Okay. So you're fine. So I'm saying that in terms of experience and education, I prefer both these locations, UK and Canada. If India is your first choice, I would prefer looking at UK, Canada, okay, more than any other country. Europe, why am I not considering, is because of the war that is going on right now. You just don't know how far it is going to spread. The Russian plans are not limited to Ukraine. Okay, so it might just stretch a little more. So it's a worrying situation for the entire European continent at the moment. So I would not like to invest myself there. I would rather like to invest myself in countries which are safe, where there is good job opportunity, good number of Indians.
Even for Netherlands, is it? You think
you just don't know how this war is going to spread. He's already, I mean, Putin is already planning to look at the smaller parts of older Russia. Okay, so you just don't know. It might just happen that Ukraine will be made a NATO member. And if that happens, entire European continent will jump into this war. They have to.
Correct.
Yeah. So if that happens, it's a risky scenario. So when you're calculating your admissions, these political factors, weather factors, all of them, they factor into it. And you have to actually look at it holistically. This is what we are trained for. Okay. So I am practically saying that let us look at UK, Canada more, because also there is another factor that they do not have any further entrances to be given. So I do not have to prepare for a SAT. In fact, if I am going to Netherlands also, I will have to appear for 2 entrances. Okay. So that goes out of the window. So I can just focus on my academics. So your priority of keeping the academic thing as very,
Yeah, the problem with that is with his, you had said last time from 9 to 12th should be good, right? Ninth he's at 86%
Fine.
something got. So 10th he got good percentage. Then 11th again, what happened is he started off as a science student.
and then he
Okay,
migrated.
6 months he did science and then moved to commerce. So that the averaging and there's some mismatch that has happened, which has again brought him to
5.
85%.
Okay. So we are not at a bad situation, ma'am. Let me tell you. Let me
Okay.
assure you today that if you're looking at Canada and UK prefers to look at 10th and 12th scores,
Okay. Okay.
and Canada looks majorly at 11th and 12th. So even if they look at 11th and 12th, even if I am at 85% in 11th, and if I can manage to get a better score, I mean more than 85% in my 12th midterms, okay, so that will help us to achieve somewhere around say 90%. And if the school gives us a predicted of 90% plus, okay, we are sorted.
Okay. Okay.
We can get to the best universities. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not promising up,
No, I understand.
Cambridge, Oxford's types, but
Correct.
obviously we are looking at a King's, Warwick, Leeds, Manchester in UK. And so I had to name the universities for you. Okay. So universities, if I look at UK, I'm looking at King's.
Okay, just a moment. I know you, the recording is there, but
No, I am also old school. I'm also old school.
Yeah. UK's Kings,
Warwick, Edinburgh,
yes.
these three are my top priorities.
Okay. E1s.
Yeah. Now, this is tentative. We will be able to finalize this after we get our predicted scorecards and you have your IELTS scorecard also. So the list can yet change if you do not. Sorry? Ma'am, there is some movement there because of which I cannot listen to you.
Yeah, it keeps changing. Your default has changed.
Yeah, now it's okay.
He's opening the AirPod, so it's just getting. Okay.
So you're saying something.
So he'll have to write IELTS, right? For this English prof.
This situation is that the university might waive off our IELTS requirement in UK, but still when you're applying for your visa, it's good to have all the checkboxes ticked.
Okay.
So we will appear for IELTS, and our most important is our score. So you will have to get a predicted score, which is very healthy, and we will have to manage it in the boards also, so that the conditional offer letter that we get, okay, gets finally converted, okay, into an admission letter. So the stress on academics will remain. Sorry, my friend.
Yeah,
so
he has to.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you have to.
Doubt when sir was saying that for your how predictive scores are given by school is that your midterm should be very good. So you have to score 95% in midterm so that your predictive score is also same.
You just putting extra pressure. Don't play that. I said score 90%. अगर 90% भी आ जाएगा, the school will give you a very good predicted scorecard. Okay. Okay, so that is how it goes.
He's having some problem with his teacher, so that's the thing.
Sort that out. Sort that out.
Sort that out. That's
something very important because she has to write your letter of recommendation.
Correct. Sort that out.
And which teacher is this?
The accountancy teacher. Rest all he's got about for his 11th. He's got all about 95%. Except this is it's in 70s or something.
क्यों ऐसा क्यों है? Why is the problem?
The accountancy had like term 1.
Term 1 he had not completed, and there because term 2 1 will have a larger portion. Term 2 has a very small portion, so he had to come there and and then he was not, because he was covering up through Vedantu that lectures. He was not attending this ma'am's lecture, so ma'am got a ego fight. So that's the thing.
पैरों पे गिर जाओ बेटा.
हाँ वही.
अब कुछ नहीं हो सकता.
Yeah, now I've told him now the school starts, school starts from June 1st. I said, you have to do something, have some charm and get her into good
Yeah,
book.
yeah, please. And you're charming enough to do that. Okay, so don't worry. Don't worry. Okay. And look, one thing good about you is that instead of, in spite of moving from science to commerce, you've done quite well. Okay. एक subject हो सकता है थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे हो गया हो, but that's okay. You can manage that, right? So this is UK. Now UK, the window of application will open in the month of September.
Okay.
And it will close down on 15th of January.
Okay.
Okay. So this is general date. This year it happened that they extended it for 11 days, but normally this is what the date is. So we will look at September 1st to 15th of January. This is the window. It's a roll-on admission process, so there is no need to rush that we have to apply on 1st of September. But that does not also necessarily mean that we will apply only in the end week of December. Please remember, end week of December is a week long, I mean, almost 10 days long holiday in all the universities. So no one is going to look at your applications there. So we should try to send in the initial days so that also we are able to give enough time for our first term, our first board exam in the month of November.
Okay.
That is also a looming examination in front of you after your midterms where you have to perform. Okay. So there will be a weightage for the first term in your final exams also. So we'll have to perform there. So that is UK. Okay. Now in UK, if you want to apply to a university like UCL, University College London, that's one of the most coveted universities in the entire world. Okay.
Okay.
Now UCL will not prefer blatant scores.
Mhm.
It will like to look at some kind of experiences that you've gone through.
Mhm.
Okay. So there we need a little bit of a work probably. Okay, that together we can manage. Okay, I'm not getting into the story right now. We'll get it.
You remember, he's currently he actually when he was in 11th, he had started a company, and that company is called a company, and he had a product on career education. So he had done that, and then he had pitched it with different Veda,
Yeah, I
like
remember,
and
yeah.
everything. And Mentoria, there is a similar your career counseling company from Mumbai. They've offered him a job, so he works 4 hours a week, and they have taken that idea, and they're planning to launch that product in another
The company's name
month's
is
time.
Mentored or Mentor?
Mentoria.
Mentoria. Okay.
Mentoria.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
So they have taken that, his idea product and developed the whole application in more commercially viable way,
Sure.
and they are launching that out. Okay. So, and I've also asked him to do some social initiative, like the last time you had told that there should be some social initiative program that he has to do. So and also write a paper. So that two things that he's working on. He has school till April end, so he may work on that. There is a skill development company, NGO and foundation, where he would be working with them on certain projects on making employability for third gender. So that's something that he's looking at, and also on some economics subject he wants to write a paper on.
Okay.
So that's something that we are looking at for him.
That I can arrange a mentor for him who can help him write the research paper, understand the research objectives, follow the research process, and get it published.
Okay.
Okay, so that's not a problem at all. So
Okay.
that we will handle, but good that you've done so many things. We have discussed this earlier as well.
Correct.
So, okay, this is one. Next is the Canadian process. Now, Canadian process means that we are looking at University of Toronto as the first choice. However, I prefer more University of Waterloo.
Waterloo, is it?
Yeah. Why? Because they have the most brilliant co-op program. Okay. So it is like 45 kilometers.
Co-op program, what do you mean? Co-op
Is an
means?
internship provided by the university where you can work for 8 hours in a day.
Oh.
Otherwise, you are allowed only to work 4 hours
Okay, okay,
and you can complete only 20 hours within a week.
okay.
Okay. So when you work full time, your expertise grows, your networking grows, and that too is a period of 6 months. So you can 2 months every semester probably you can work. Okay. And that happens after the first year is completed. Okay. So that is one thing. Secondly, University of Waterloo, we can also look at McGill
No,
University.
no, you were talking about UCL earlier, and I actually took you around
Yeah,
somewhere.
it's okay. So UCL, you have to get through, and profile that you told me is apt for UCL. Okay,
Okay.
but yes, if we write the research paper, we close one more loophole, and thereafter it is simple application. UK, you can't do anything exceptional about any particular university. You just write one SOP and that goes to every other university. So you have to write it in a very more diverse manner so that it is relevant for all the university. Okay.
Okay.
And the programs also have to be more or less similar at all the universities because you are only writing one SOP. Okay. So that is how it is, right?
In this UK one that you have told, what are your preferences for him in terms of, because he is more into being, an entrepreneur, or on a, more on a consulting, he's looking at consulting firms to, work with in future. So I was just wondering which is the university, or out of these four that UK that you have told, which are the universities your preference?
Ma'am, I have told you universities according to my preference list.
Okay.
So
In
UCL is the most coveted, but we will have to look at what kind of courses they have, whether or not you prefer them. So we will send you the link. And King's and Warwick, they have simple general management courses, but Warwick's placement is exceptional because of its ranking.
Warwick, I've heard the placement is very good.
So that's how it is. But King's is not too far behind, and it's a pretty good university, and it's not very tough to get through. So I'm not worried about King's much. I'm a little skeptical about UCL because you'll have to manage your scores and they should find the SOP quite exciting. Otherwise, we don't get through. Okay, so UCL is competitive. So these are three. We can apply to 5 universities at one go. So we will have to look at 2 more universities. I think probably we can look at Edinburgh as one. Okay, so that should be our 4th university. Okay, I'll look for one more probably, and I'll send you a list of universities. Okay.
Okay.
At the moment, I am thinking of 3-4 universities. I have to look at programs. So now going on to Canada. Canada, I said University of Toronto, University of Waterloo, 2 choices. These are the 2 best choices. Thereafter, you might look at McGill.
Pardon me?
McGill, McGill.
Okay.
So these are top 3 or 4 universities, and also York University. Yeah.
York.
Yeah.
Like New York. Okay.
Yes, YORK. So these are top 3 or 4 universities in Canada where you can apply for business programs, and they have a variety. If you look at University of Waterloo, you'll be floored. Okay, so they have a mathematical finance program, they have computers plus management program, and they have a hell lot of other combinations. Okay, so that's why the love for Waterloo is everlasting. Okay, so you should go through the Waterloo website, my friend.
Yes, sir.
So now again, Canadian universities, they don't require any entrances apart from the IELTS, and they are more looking towards your acads than your extracurriculars. However, this was yesterday when we got a 1 lakh Canadian dollar scholarship from University of Toronto. And this was the first time that we got that kind of a scholarship. So this candidate worked with us for 1 long year for her profile, but you've done most of the job on yourself. So University of Toronto, I think for scholarships, it is good to have some leadership positions with you. Good to have some good amount of extracurricular activities which you have been consistent with. So here with you, you have been very consistent with business. Okay, you've been very consistent with business, so I think we should carry it forward. Okay,
There's
so
a swimmer as well.
yeah, so that's how it is. So, okay. So Toronto, Waterloo, McGill, I think these should be three, and York. Yes, so these are the four. Okay, so I think
And
five.
in this preference would be Waterloo.
Yes, Waterloo or Toronto, because Toronto gives the biggest scholarship.
Okay, okay.
And rank wise also, Toronto is a notch higher than Waterloo, but they do not have a co-op program.
Okay, okay.
So we'll be, actually debating the final decision after we receive the confirmations from the universities. So next June, probably we will be fighting against and we will be deciding. So that's how it works. So that is UK and Canada. And the application process in Canada again will begin in the month of September and will go up probably by the end of February. Okay. So that is how it goes. So sooner we start working on it, the better it is, because you need to look at a lot of things. You need to debate with the applications team regarding the choice of the course, because University of Waterloo will have at least 2 to 3 course choices, and you can apply to more than one course in University of Waterloo. So we should have predetermined choices. You should be given ample amount of time to look at the courses, go through them in depth, okay, and then make a final choice. So, when we start now, we have the capacity of doing all that. Otherwise, what would happen when you start in the month of July, we just grab you by your hand and we say, ki ye wala program hai, kar le bas. So that's not how it should be.
Very important for us.
Yeah.
Program is something very important.
Actually. So we will have now the time to research, talk about the program, the implication of doing the program, the scope of that university in terms of jobs, how is that area, performing in terms of economy. So you'll have the time to go through all of that. So regular, if not regular, at least weekly interaction with the application team will take you places. Okay. So that is how you go forward, and let us book the IELTS for, whenever you feel free. In between, say, April, May, June, whenever you feel free.
It's difficult?
No, it's not difficult at all. Just that, my friend, you'll have to talk.
Yes, sir, we'll do that.
You'll not remain as silent as you are today. Okay.
Okay.
He is very talkative.
Is it? Doesn't
Yeah,
seem
yeah.
like.
No. He is. In the sense, in terms of when it comes to, presentation work, he speaks a lot.
So he talks when it is required, not like me that I keep talking. So that will help, because, if you have good writing skills, if you know how to answer which question, your IELTS will get cleared like cakewalk. Otherwise, I've seen good students from top-notch schools scoring hilarious kind of marks in IELTS. Okay, the lowest is 4.5 and the highest that I've seen is 8 out of 9. So I have a couple of people in my team who've got 8 out of 9. Okay, so they will be guiding you in terms of understanding the entrance and looking at your writing work, giving you work for, speaking, and giving you feedback to improve. So that will take 30 days. Okay, and thereafter you should go ahead and take the test. Okay, so that is how the preparation part is concerned. Ma'am, I think it is time that you have to inform his school also. Okay. That we will be applying in this September and we will need their constant support.
Okay.
Okay. So identify 2 teachers who will write the cover letters for him. I mean, the recommendation letters for him. Canada will require 2, UK will require 1. Okay. So we will have to get 2 of, recommendation letters. We will also have to plan our SOP, and that will take at least 45 to 60 days. Because, first of all, we will tell you what to write. You will write the entire thing on your own. We will edit it. We will give you more ideas to consider. We will re-edit it, and that's how to and fro it will go. And our editing also takes time. When you write something and give it to us, we also take 4 or 5 days to review it and then send it back. And at times we might be stuck. We might even take 7 or 8 odd days. So it depends on which part of the year we are placed. So That part, when it's sorted, you're done, then we can just upload the entire set of documentation, which includes your class 10th score, 11th score, 12th predicted score, your IELTS scorecard, your SOP, and all the extraneous documents. We fill up the OUSC form because all of your universities are majorly in Ontario, so we will be applying through the OUSC platform. So we will
Okay.
so Ontario University application portal. So we apply through that, and that is the first phase. After that, the universities will react and they will start asking individualistic questions. It might be more essays, it might be a video interview, it might be a tete-a-tete with your recommender. So that's how it will go. And thereafter they send their decisions, which is a conditional. Thereafter we apply for visa, book your accommodation, and you can depart from the country.
So typically, to live in UK, what is the per month kind of?
Per month, well, I'll tell you per year, it is 12 to 14 lakhs per year, depending on which part of UK you are living in.
Okay, so that's the expense for stay.
Yeah.
And
Ma'am, just give me a second. Sumer? Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
one second.
Is there something for business? US license for this business analytics? Want to know how different is business analytics and business analytics courses, and as a promise, business analytics also.
So my husband is asking if in US, if you're looking at business analytics, will come under STEM, is it,
Yes,
or no? It'll come
Yes.
under STEM.
At some places it will.
It will. Okay.
So quantitative finance, financial analytics,
Quantitative finance,
financial analytics, simple BSc finance,
okay.
all of this are STEM programs. All of these are STEM programs.
Quantitative finance, financial analysis, and business finance. Okay.
BSc finance, BSc finance.
BSc finance. Okay.
What about business analytics?
What about business analytics?
That should also, because the quantitative part in business analytics is also very high. So wherever the math involvement is high, might turn into a STEM program. But you have to be very specific about checking for each university, each course, whether or not they're calling it STEM.
Okay.
So when you look at universities, always look that, whether or not they're saying that you'll get a 2-year job search visa. They actually say that on the university website.
So would you be able to help me out on that?
That's our job, ma'am.
Okay.
That's the job, right? So when we start, that's what we do. Okay. So if you plan to apply to US, then there is a lot of work. Then we are short of time because
Correct.
Yes.
I understand. No, first I have to understand from him whether these three seems interesting to him or not. On top of my head, it does not, but then we'll see.
So what you do is go to this website called topuniversities.com.
Okay.
And explore what are the best universities for the 4 courses that we've listed.
Okay.
Then go to the university page and look at the course content. Don't worry about the visa part. Just look at the course content.
Okay.
All 3 of you together.
Okay.
And then decide whether or not you want to do it. That will be a kind of a homework for all 3 of you. Because if you come decided, it becomes very easy for us to move forward.
Correct. Of course.
So that's how you do it. And thereafter, the US application has 4 stages. And you have to really strategize in terms of the application date. Because if you look at the application starting date, it is 1st of August. Now that is a typical stage called early application with binding. Okay. And then there is a second stage called early application with no restrictions. Then there is a third stage called regular admissions. So the team here will help you to strategize that at which particular period you need to apply to which particular university based on your requirements.
Okay.
And when we are applying to US, please be careful that the expenditure there is huge. It is almost double than what you're spending in Canada. So you might look at anything between 2.5 crores to 3.5 crores for a period of 4 years without a call. And if we get a call, the call might be in between 25 to 40% generally.
Okay.
So that's how it goes.
So we
Now,
come to our questions on UK. Per annum stay is about 12 to 14 lakhs. And what about Canada?
6 to 8 lakhs. That's another reason for going to Canada, in fact.
Okay. And fees will depend upon the
Yeah,
university.
you can have an average from me. I mean, if you're looking at UK, you're looking at 20 to 26 lakhs as a tuition fee per
Per
year.
annum.
And
Okay.
it's a 3-year course.
Yeah, it's a 3-year course.
Canada, you're looking at top-notch universities, so you might spend anything between 18 to 28 lakhs per annum,
Okay.
and living cost is 6 to 8.
And 4 years course.
4-year course. Yeah. So that is how it is. So team here will help you with everything, right from choosing the university, choosing the course, going through the entire application, drill, as well as the visa part, and booking your accommodation, hostel accommodation also. Okay. So that's, I mean, booking your hostel accommodation, we guide on that, obviously. Visa also, we give proper guidance. But I mean, you will have to fill the visa form on your own. We will sit with you on screen and we will tell you how to go about it. Okay. So that's how it is, because, why don't we do the visa thing on our own is because you will have a visa interview. So you need to know what is going on in the form. Okay. So that is how it goes. Preparing for all the interviews, be it at the university or at the visa level, is our job. Okay. So that is how it is.
But weather-wise, UK would be better, right? Compared to Canada.
Indians never care about weather. What we care about more is where do we have the opportunity to work, what kind of work we get, and what kind of salaries we get. That's the end day story. That's how it is. And what kind of universities, obviously. So
Also, a work opportunity in UK?
competitive. You are not the first choice.
You're not the first choice. Okay.
Because there are a good number of people who go for postgrad there, who study quite well, go to top-notch universities of the world, and they're quite educated. They're good at their jobs. Okay. So you're obviously not the first choice. And there are already so many Indians living there who are now UK citizens also. Okay. So they don't like us that much. I'll tell you very frankly. Okay. They don't like us that much. But when you're from universities like Warwick, King's, or LSE, who are a strong choice that, international companies would like to hire. And they also today like to hire diversity. Okay. So that is our best option. Okay. So locals, I'm afraid that they might not hire us, but international MNCs is our choice.
So you had in the last this had told me about a college of in Rotterdam. So that was very interesting. They
That
had
is still
international
very
business.
interesting, ma'am. The only worry, I probably am worrying a little more than required, but I'm literally very afraid looking at the Ukraine situation.
Mhm.
I really don't want to get into Netherlands now.
But
If you want to,
what is the this period? Maybe after a couple of months, can we look at?
probably it can be sorted. So how it works is that
No,
Netherlands.
can we look at it? What I'm saying,
Yeah,
after
we
a
can.
couple of months, if things get settled down.
We can. So what will happen is that September they will open their window.
Okay.
And they will ask us that, how we are allowed to apply only to 4 universities
Okay. In Europe.
in Netherlands.
In Netherlands. Okay.
So 2 of them will be the ones where we will have to appear for an entrance. And there will be 2 more without an entrance. Okay. So entrance now.
Math will be the math is something they will.
Yeah, math is something, and at times it might be an economics exam also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's how it goes. So it is a difficult scenario, ma'am. But if you would like to apply, it's value add.
The course is very good.
Erasmus is top choice.
Yeah. MS, they have this international placements as well in the last final year, which sounded very, very interesting.
So it's a kind of an
Something in the back of your mind, just keep that in place. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, why not?
Why not? So, okay. And the cost there is between 7 to 13 lakhs per annum tuition fee,
Okay.
and living cost is 10 lakhs per annum. You get a 1-year job search visa at the end of the program. The program is for 3 years.
My son didn't like the campus though.
But you like the place, because when you look at
It's like a building, software building. It's not like a campus.
yeah, so if you look at Netherlands, na, it's a country where the work-life balance is beyond what we can conceive.
Correct.
They work 4 days in a week. They don't even work 5. At Bangalore, you are probably used to work 5. At Delhi, we are used to work 6. They work 4. And instead, they have 8-hour shifts. And if you are being pressed to do more than 8 hours every day for a period of 30 days, then the next 1 month, you're on paid leave.
Paid leave, yes.
And if you have burnout issues, you're on medical leave. So they care for, mental wellness. They care for family sanity. And
You heard that?
yeah, so if you want to build a very healthy family, Netherlands.
Yeah, no, I think that's very good choice.
Very good choice. Except for the central point of Amsterdam, rest of all the places are absolutely fine.
Correct. The course seemed very good. So any other courses like that which you think in Europe works good apart from Erasmus?
You might check University of Amsterdam.
Amsterdam is it?
Actually, we will give you a good comprehensive list of universities. Na?
Okay.
Once we have all the documents in our hands and we start working, because normally, in terms of policy, we are not allowed too much.
Correct. Of course.
लोग थोड़े से वैसे होते हैं ना मैम कि मतलब
I know. सब पूछ के फिर.
हाँ वही मतलब हम एक्चुअली दिन भर में अगर 10 काउंसलिंग करते हैं ना तो हमें पता होता है.
Correct.
ये 3 ही लोग होंगे जो कन्वर्ट होंगे और बाकी तो इन्फॉर्मेशन लेने आए हैं वैसे चले जाएंगे. तो कंपनी भी अपनी जगह पर ठीक है. That way. So that is how it is. तो आप ये सारा कुछ देख लीजिए. I will be sending.
And you were talking about the India thing in the beginning. You said IIM, 5 IIMs, DMS.
5 IIMs, the BMS of Delhi University.
Okay.
And apart from BMS, they also have a program called BFIA. So that is financial investment analysis. It's a core course in finance.
Okay.
Then you look at NARSI for its BSc finance and its BBA program.
Okay.
And there are some special universities today which are known as modern age universities. You might as well look at them. Like, for example, you have a program called Ashoka University. Okay, so you have a combination finance and economics together. Okay, that's a lovely university. In fact, the ideology is very nice. Also, very close to Bangalore, you have Andhra Pradesh, where you can apply to a university called Kriya University. Kriya. The concept is just like Ashoka. It's a liberal arts university where they will give you an economics major with a business minor. So it is US ideology. These universities are based on US ideology. Then you have a brilliant program in Mohali. So this is called Plaksha University. So they offer, this is unheard. Where is the student gone?
Student. He's sitting far.
अच्छा बोर हो गया क्या?
नहीं इसके father.
ये वाला प्रोग्राम सुन ले. This is बिल्कुल मतलब out of the blue मजा आ जाएगा. Think of doing a BTech in data science in economics and finance. In economics and business, sorry. 4-year program, BTech data science in economics and business. This is emerging. This is the most emerging career at the moment. If you start in US after a data science program, your salary should not be less than $95,000. In India, you will not start anything less than 12-13 lakh. Okay. It's a very competitive set of 4 universities that I have told you now. Ashoka, Plaksha, and Kriya, sorry, 3 universities, very competitive. And they look at your overall thing, and your profile is quite good to get accepted at these places. Okay. So you might just as well apply here, because their first shortlisting is through documentation. That means essays, your profile, your documents. Second set is their entrance, and then they have an interview. However, Kriya's is a little different. So that I'll explain sometime later.
No problem, no problem. Now you're saying I am finance, DU, Narsi. And you said Xavier's also,
Xavier's
right?
also. So now Xavier's is very challenging because look, Xavier's, they have a Mumbai quota. So outsiders will have 13 seats. But at Pratham, every year we bag maximum number of seats out of that 13. Last year, all 13 were our students.
Oh, wow.
Yes, all 13. Till date, we've been achieving at least 6 to 8. Last year, we did all the 13. Okay. So you might just know, don't know. I mean, you might get through. So this year, I am working with a St. Xavier's student who's studying at Mumbai. So she's just gone on to Michigan State University, in fact. So she was floored by the course. The only thing is that they don't give you time to breathe.
In Xavier's.
They kill you like mad. There's so much of work. Mumbai universities, they're always like that. Narsi Bollo, you have Xavier's Bollo, they'll kill you for work. Okay. So
What
that's
about IFT? IFT also has come with the IFT for.
no, ma'am. There is no undergrad.
No, they're starting now. There's an article that has come. IFT is starting an IPM program. And the entrance is from IPMAT itself.
If they start, that would be great. That would be great. Okay. So IFT has 2 campuses, Delhi and Kolkata.
3, Kakinada as well.
Kakinada also now. Yeah. So if they start at these campuses, nothing like it. I would prefer Delhi, no doubt.
Correct.
But Kolkata campus is also doing exceedingly well. I mean, my family is in Kolkata, so they're doing exceedingly well. So you have plenty of choices. First thing is that, keep the worries, stay away from you. You have nothing to worry with whatever is happening around you. Just focus on your studies. You've done good job on your profile. Start calculating your universities. Okay. Let's make a final list. Let's start working against the timeline.
Correct. Makes sense. So let me go through all the courses that they offer here. Okay. Sure. It will take about, maybe that's a working day, maybe end of maybe Saturday or something. I will call Jay and inform him.
Ma'am, okay. Jay is at home and probably he's actually COVID positive now. So
is it?
Yeah, so he's just got,
Give me some coordinates.
Yeah, my colleague Anjali will give you a call probably on Saturday.
Okay.
And I'll send you her number also.
Okay.
Also, I'm writing my phone number in case these guys are not available. Because infection start when you just don't know ki kya hoga. 931998744. So this is my phone number.
Okay. Just. Anyway, I'll just take it down.
आ ही जाएगा वैसे भी कोई दिक्कत नहीं है ठीक है
931
99
8
7
7
444.
Okay, great. Okay.
So that's it.
Okay, Ritesh. So Saturday or something, if Anjali can call me, so
What
I
time
can.
would you prefer the call to be?
Evening preferably, so that if I don't finish by Friday, maybe on Saturday morning.
5:30, let's say on Saturday.
Yeah, makes sense.
5:30 on Saturday. Done.
Okay, so that we are prepared and we have any questions we can shoot, and then maybe we could go ahead.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Great, ma'am. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Ritesh. Thanks for your time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.